welcome to Cynically Speaking, where I go down random rabbit holes and keep talking nonsense and bullshit until the fucking edibles kick in, right? So, before they do, let me go ahead and kick it off with this weed review I have from my latest trip to the dispensary. I was getting a little tired of indica and hybrid indicas. Not that I don't love indicas. I mean, who the fuck doesn't, right? But wasn't getting anything done. You know, it was always smoke, and instead of doing those errands and shit, it was. But then I got high. So, anywho, so I decided to, let's kind of perk it up a little bit. So I found this this brand Rogue Green. Rogue Green, yeah. And the strain is Goombas. It's a sativa hybrid, so it's not a straight sativa. That's a little much for me. And if it is a straight sativa, I generally can't go over 25, 26% in THC and strength. Otherwise, the fucking sativa sometimes will light my head up like I'm on some type of Adderall or speed or some shit. So yeah, it's I'll get a headache off of it sometimes because that's just too much of a head high for me. But the sativa hybrids tend to work. The stronger the kind of the better, depending on which strain it is. This strain, I'm very, very pleasantly surprised and happy with the fact that at 30.9, I think, percent, pretty heavy duty. One bowl did the trick. If you smoke it, and then just go ahead and don't fuck around, don't sit down, don't wait for it to kick in. Just smoke it and get going with whatever you're doing, even if you're staying home doing chores and shit. When it starts coming on, it's a nice body high. It's a really good mellow high. It's uplifting. It's nothing that's going to make you want to, oh, fuck, I got to take a nap. As a matter of fact, when it finally did kick in, I was sitting down. I was like, I was glad that I was. However, I didn't want to stay there, right? So, really good strain. Highly recommended. Goombas by Rogue Green. So, the higher percentage, the better. I'm sure it's going to vary by whatever grow is available. So, if I'm reading this correctly, just for a little added knowledge, it is the result of crossing Blue Dream with biodiesel. Can't go wrong with that, right? Both great strains. So, anyway. Yeah, man, good shit. So kind of capping that off with some dispensary brand sativa edibles, actually. So my thing is, and this is something I learned to do when I was working at a dispensary out in Nevada, actually. We were getting so much free shit, funny shit in the world, right? I'm pretty traditional Irish work ethic guy, right? I mean, if I take a job, I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be there every day, blah, blah. That's just the way it works, right? And that's the agreement we make. Evidently, the dispensary was having such a hard fucking time getting people to do that. Keep in mind, I think there's a lot of younger people, and that's not to say younger people do that, but it was just, some younger people that hadn't quite, learned that's how it goes. But good people. Everybody I met, I don't give a fuck whether they were late every other day or didn't show up some days. They were all very cool, very nice. Matter of fact, I would go as far to say I worked at the Shango dispensary in Las Vegas. That was a 24-hour dispensary. Yeah, 24/7, man. Holidays included, 365. This thing was a fucking cash cow. I mean, if I was I saw you see the money just hanging out of the fucking drawers all the time. The amount of money that's coming in and out of the store on an hourly basis, you wouldn't want to shut it down either. Although not great for the fucking employees when they do shit like that. But nevertheless, I worked there. People were, I got to say, some of the nicest, just really nicest people I've ever met in my life. Manager was fucking cool. She was a hard charger and a hard driver. If you're leaning, you're cleaning kind of shit, expects you to walk really fast, practically run, otherwise you're getting written up. It was really kind of very, whip cracking type shit. But that aside, the people were cool. The clientele was generally pretty cool, right? Rarely did you get an asshole. I mean, they're potheads, right? I mean, everybody's pretty laid back. They just want to get their weed and go home and die. Ain't nobody looking to fuss. You know what I'm saying? So all different age levels. It was really a great experience. But that said, what I picked up on doing there because of what they would do to get you to come in on time, to make sure that you were there every day, right? That you were on the schedule for. If you made it through a week, a 5-day work week, right? On time every day, when you clock in, there every day to begin with, on your scheduled shifts. At the end of the fucking week, dude, they'd have like all kinds of like, just here. I ain't lying when I say I didn't buy fucking any kind of weed for 3 fucking months after I quit working there because I was still getting the shit that I like to get and all the stuff they were just giving me on the weekly. I was just throwing it in my drawer. Vapes, edibles, fucking flour, like you name it, pre-rolls, fucking bud. I mean, man, it was whatever. Sometimes you had to pick of, well, do you want this, or do you want this, and this? I mean, it was great. I bet they give you a fucking retail, easy $100 worth of shit just for showing up on time and being there every day. Easy $100. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but on average, I'd say, yeah, solid $100 worth of fucking weed every week, retail, price. So anyway, really cool. But what I was getting to in a long-winded sort of way was what you do, and I always try to like stick with the same type of strain. If I'm on a hybrid, I'll maybe go a sativa. Otherwise, I'd pretty much like to stick with a hybrid, flower and edible kind of thing. I don't do indica edibles because you might as well drop some, what is that shit? You might as well drop fentanyl in me because it just knocks me right the fuck out. I can't even enjoy it. I mean, well, maybe for 5 minutes while it's kicking in, but once it's fully kicked in, I'm out like a fucking light, even if it's just a 10 milligram on gummy. So I don't really do indica on gummies. Love it on flower, but not on gummies. Anyway, or edibles rather. So what I would do and what I learned to do, and this works great, because I had a lot of people coming in and they gave us so much shit I could always experiment. They weren't, whatever, they gave me, I could experiment and whatnot. So I had time to fuck around with it. Anyway, I know a lot of people were coming in, not sure what they wanted, like never done it, or from out of state where they didn't have it legal, so they weren't sure what the fuck they wanted, and they really couldn't, well, I get high, but then, I'm in the casino an hour and a half later, I'm just hungry and tired, blah, 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 right? So now we go into the edibles, but they love flower. They don't really do edibles, yada, yada. That was kind of, you hear that a lot. So what I started telling people, and I learned this from experience, is pick your flower, if that's what, and your edible. Keep the strains fairly equal, hybrid to sativa or hybrid to hybrid, that kind of thing. Smoke your fat bowl, your fucking joint, whatever. Get as fucking high off flower as you want to fucking get. Let that peak, and when that peaks, and you're good and fucking baked, sitting on your couch, whatever the fuck it is you're doing, then take your first dose of edibles, whatever it is, your gummy, your fucking cookie, whatever the fuck. Then take that. As you're coming down, right, an hour and a half or so, the edibles these days kick in a lot sooner. So you can even wait a little longer from peak. But I always like to do it at peak on the flower. Anyway, you take the gummies, your edibles, as you're peaking on the flower, and when you start coming down off the flower, right, it starts to lighten up a little bit. About that same time, those edibles are kicking in. So you're never not high. You just transition from the flower high to the edible high. And I don't give a fuck what strain you're doing. That's why I like to keep the strains similar. But regardless, hybrid to hybrid, sativa to sativa, even there's a fucking difference. I mean, there's a difference between a flower high and edible high. And anybody that's done both will tell you that. I mean, the edible highs are way more like overarching and body and shit. So yeah, to transition from one to the other, man, works fucking great. I do it now. I mean, there are days where I'm just eating edibles. I'm not smoking, but generally speaking, man, I like to fucking smoke that fat bowl because here's the thing. If you, and this sounds like a stoner thing to say, but it is true. You ever find yourself way too fucking high on edibles? Like, oh shit, I took way too fucking much, and you're not having a good time. You don't want to go to sleep, man. You want to come down, take a few puffs off a fucking bowl, joint, whatever, of flower. What? That's fucking crazy. I'm already too high. Why would I do that? The flower high counteracts the edible high, and it brings you down off that shit. It brings you down off the intense shit, and the flower high will overtake it, which isn't as intense, which you can smoke as much as you want, right? Get the tolerance is higher, and it's different, but it will overtake that edible high. So what happens is people come in, right? Or even I, fucking edibles ain't doing shit, blah, 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 blah. Because you fucking take them, you wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe tops. And you're like, I don't feel shit. Fuck this. I want to get high. And you smoke a joint. And then you end up, well, fuck, I'm still not. And you eat another edible. And you just keep smoking. And you just keep eating edibles. And you keep smoking. Next thing you know, you've eaten 100 milligram, 100 pounds. Oh, fuck. There's a there's an emergency room visit. The edible challenge. Get high or die. But you next thing you know, you eat a whole 100 milligram, whole package, a whole regular package of gummies, for instance. And for fuck's sakes, you're like, it doesn't work. I'm not high. I haven't seen it smoking. All I feel is the weed. Like, yeah, because you're doing both at the same time. You fucking, you fucking junkie. Pick one. Do one. Ease into the other. But seriously, that's it works fucking great doing it like that. It really fucking does. It works fucking great. We have somebody making a comment, huh? So 100 on a light day. Well, that's fair. I got to move the microphone so I get to my keyboard. That's kind of fair. But honestly, some days, man, I'm just cruising with 50. That's fine. It's rare that I want to do much more than that, unless it's straight up like first thing in the morning. And I'm wanting to stay high all day. It's college football day, right? So I'm eating at minimum. I'm eating breakfast, and then I'm watching game day. I'm watching fucking games all day. And as that happens, hopefully I didn't fuck this up. So as that happens, don't move this back. My bad. Still learning the equipment processes and shit. So as that happens, last game comes on at fucking 6 or whatever that I'm gonna watch, and it's gonna be until chances are I'll probably knock back 100, maybe even 150, depending on how good they were and whatnot. But speaking of what I don't do, man, I definitely go light when I gotta get up the next morning. But anyway, because they make me groggy. But that aside, that's the thing to do. You smoke, and then you do the edible, and you let it transition. But if you just keep doing both at the same time, you ain't getting fuck all off of either, really. Well, you're getting the flower, sure, but it counteracts the gummies or the edibles, and they cost too much. Why would you want to fucking do that? So, nice little trick. Try that out. But that strain, if you can find it anywhere, Goombas, pretty fucking tasty. Pretty fucking tasty. Highly recommend. So the other thing I wanted to mention is, along with great weed, I guess we're living in a world of Nazi salutes and shit. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, wow. Just wow. I mean, I don't want to talk about that a lot because it's just so fucking stupid and fucked up. Like, can you believe that shit? Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to demonstrate it. We've all seen it, and if you haven't seen it yet, go take a fucking look. Not the images. Watch the video. Because there's certain people out there. Well, you're taking out of context, and certain people meaning extreme right people, and Musk bros that don't dare want to say anything negative about poor little chubby Elon, who we wouldn't want to hurt his fucking feelings. The billionaire's feelings. The same dude that's faking gamer play and shit. Like, how big of a fucking mental midget, a low self-esteem having motherfucker do you got to be to fake gameplay? Like, what an arrogant, narcissistic cocksucker. I mean, seriously, what the fuck is that? Anyway, I'm more upset about the gameplay than I am the Nazi salute almost. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. The Nazi salute's fucking egregious, man. I spent time in Germany in the military. That shit's illegal, man. I mean, cannot fucking do that. And if you've ever been there, to Germany, you would know some shit about that, and it's a great history lesson. But that fucking prick being from South Africa, and all the things that he was brought up and raised on, he obviously has not evolved. He's gotten rich, but he hasn't evolved as a human being. So, but yeah, I guess that's what's acceptable now. I mean, that's my opinion on it. I don't want to dwell on this shit because who gives a fuck what I say anyway. But yeah, just a little, just what a little fucking troll he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why this fucking douchebag never had any good interpersonal relationships from everything I've read until he got a lot of fucking money and got a bunch of hangers on. But even now, people find him fucking annoying and shit. Mr. Super genius. Smart guy with code, I think, from writing code and shit, computer nerd style. And that's not a put down. Computer nerds are fucking cool. They're ruling the world, right? But that doesn't make them cool because they're ruling the world. It's cool because they're smart. But yeah, he did that, and dad gave him money. I mean, all these motherfuckers starting on third base with coming from wealthy or well-to-do families, and then wanting to fucking talk about how he didn't found Tesla, he bought it. There's a fucking difference, I mean, there's founding a company and then there's buying your way into one. There's a fucking difference. But whatever, don't let the truth get in the way of a good fucking PR story, right? So anyway, you got that money, kind of money, I guess you can fucking do anything. So yeah. Anyway, fuck Elon. And fuck all you crypto crazy fucking worship at the fucking ball sack of Elon bros. Anyway, all you fucking dudes can just, for the record, go fuck yourself. It's like that's just I'm sure a lot of people probably feel the same way about me, just in general. So Chiefs coming up, Chiefs Bills, but the rest, oh my God, the tears of unfathomable sadness. I fucking love it. All these fucking, and I gotta say, I mean, I can even empathize with the people talking all that crazy nonsense. I mean, winners win and losers blame the rest. But so all these people, fans, meaning even pundits, some of them talking all this massive shit on the Chiefs. I mean, I get it. I mean, when the Patriots were, and Brady and Belichick were winning everything year in, year fucking out. Come on. I'd be lying if I didn't say, God damn it, fucking Brady, fucking, Deflategate, BBB. I didn't go hard in the paint ever really, but yeah, I had my fucking opinions, and they weren't positive. They were very cynical, as a matter of fact. But I gotta say, as the years went by and they just kept fucking winning, I mean, finally I had to tap out and call no mas. But like, you know what can you say? I mean, nobody's that fucking lucky. Nobody can cheat that fucking good. I mean, they're just a really well-oiled machine. And unfortunately, Brady didn't get the credit, he probably deserved. It was more the Belichick thing. So it was actually, I'm not a huge Brady fan. I'm not getting on his nuts. But, come on, you show some respect for the stats, show some respect for the fact this dude changed fucking teams. And what did he do? Just won another Super Bowl. That's all. Well, Is Tom or Pat more likable as a hated winner? Forget stats. We're back. If it disconnected, sorry about that. But yeah, if we're talking likability, that's got nothing to do with, the GOAT. That's stats. That's wins. All right. But likability, I got to go Pat. Let's talk about married, childhood sweethearts, right? Seemingly a wonderful father, wonderful husband, family man. The things he's done for the Kansas City community, his wife too is part of, what she does. But the things they've done for this community, fucking amazing. I mean, and everybody here loves them, which, and he treats everybody the same. He's very cool. His whole family's been very gracious and very great, for the community. Now, that's not to say Tom Brady wasn't the same way in New England. I have no fucking idea. I'm not from New England or Boston area or anything like that. So I don't know. What I do know about Tom is, Married Tom. I'm pretty sure he's either married or girlfriend, but either way, he was with a person, Bridget Moynihan, I think she was, actress, beautiful woman. Well, she was pregnant. Well, Tom went out and got him a little side piece called, Giselle Bundchen, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I mean, and I think that's when Tom became Tom because, I mean, come on, man, you're married to Bridget Moynihan, which is like, wow. If you look her up and ever see an image, you'd be like, holy shit, that's pretty cool. And your side piece is a supermodel. Only fucking Tom Brady could pull that shit off. And I'm laughing about it because, like, fuck it. I'm a man. I think it's funny. But at the same time, dude, I got to take, you're losing points off the likability score. You know what I mean? And if I'm being honest, I find the guy a little fake. Smidge, tad. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe that's just his fucking personality, right? Maybe in comparison to a Pat Mahomes, who seems way more relatable. Maybe it's because he's younger or whatever, or maybe it's just because he's not as fucking uptight, at least all the time. He compartmentalizes better. But Tom just seems like that uptight dude that's just no fun to fucking hang out with. I say that as I remember that he can chug a beer like nobody's fucking business. So that dude, has had some good times in his life, I assure you. But yeah, if we're just talking pure likability, I don't dislike Tom. I don't think anybody should necessarily, although he needs more practice in the commentating booth, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, based on how he's been in his personal life, I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to say, we're going to go with Pat. But yeah. Well, another question. Rather Chiefs play Philly or Washington? I don't think it fucking matters. I think if the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl, they're winning anyway. And there's no fucking way Spagnuolo is going to let a rookie quarterback win the whole thing. Jalen Daniels, as magnificent as he has been this year, there's no fucking way Spagnuolo is getting beat by a rookie quarterback. I just can't imagine that. Reed as well. On all levels. Right? Team comparison as a better would. Coach, Chiefs. Quarterback. As great and as magnificent as Daniels has been. Still got to go with Mahomes, man. He's practically the GOAT, if not already. Tight end, so on and so forth. Defense, so on and so forth. Man. Running backs, we got two. That are amazing. So, it's Washington I don't think is a threat in any way, shape, or form. Philly, I think, would be the better threat. Me personally, I'd rather see a Philly Chiefs because it's a rematch. I think that's a fucking great storyline. I think it'd be cool to see the Chiefs get a three-peat off beating the fucking the Eagles again. Although I don't dislike the Eagles, I like the Eagles. If it's the NFC, I'm rooting for the Eagles. Generally speaking. But yeah, I'd rather see Chiefs Eagles. Just I think it'd be a better game. I think the Eagles would be more prepared to play a Spagnuolo defense, much more prepared. And then when you start looking at the different factors, quarterback, coach, so on and so forth. Not the Eagles coach, I can't remember his fucking name, Sirianni, is that it? Compared to Reed is a comparison, but at least he's been there. The experience factor. So. But the Chiefs-Bills game coming up, the refs, if I could serve up some more fucking wham burgers and some fucking, French fries, I would to all these fucking people. But, like when the Patriots were winning, as I was saying before, at some point in time, you got to give the props, man. It's a well-oiled machine. It is what it is. The ref, this whole narrative of the refs are helping this, that, and if I really believe that, if I really thought that was even possible, I would just quit watching football altogether. What's the fucking point? It's rigged, right? It's the same reason I don't watch the WWE. And I bet you half those fucking numbnuts that are talking all that shit, not talking about the pundits and the ex-ballers that are talking some of that as well. Those fuckers are doing it for clickbait, for views, for fucking, thumbnail fucking bullshit. For their shorts, for their, they're on TV. They got to say something. They always got to have that contrary, I'm going to be contrarian, hot take, because that's what people watch, and that's what people want to see, the hot take, rage bait, all because everybody is very fanatical about their their the fan bases are always very fanatical, right? They're crazy about their team. So, everybody wants to, in the media wise, especially sports media particularly, they want to get that rage bait going, start the conversation as they call it, but all it is bullshit. So yeah, it's just bullshit to say to get people fucking torqued off. Me personally, I always try to look at it from Tacoma FD. I always try to look at it from the perspective of a bettor. Now I'm a homer. Sure, I love the Chiefs, but as much as I am a homer, I'm not just arbitrarily throw my fucking hard-earned money away on them if I think they might lose. And honestly, I mean, the Bills, Chiefs. The Bills are fucking good. I mean, the last time we played them, we won the last 13 seconds. I mean, come on. I ain't gonna say it was luck, but that's when, as luck is what they call that is where opportunity meets preparedness, right? I mean, you make your own luck. I honestly believe that in life, you can make your own luck. So times when I've been like, bad luck. Oh, wow, why is this happening to me? Oh, such bad luck. Oh, this happened, that happened. If I walk myself backwards from that bullshit before it happened, I can sit there and, well, you did this, you did this, you did this. No wonder that happened, blah, blah, blah. And the same thing with good shit, with positive things, with positive luck, good luck as opposed to bad luck. Was that if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, agony on me. For all those you old enough to remember that shit. But anyway, no, you make your own luck. So sure, there have been very opportune times that the Chiefs have had when playing the Bills or any other team this year that a lot of people are coming out saying luck. They have had those opportune times, but once again, it's opportunity meeting preparedness, or preparedness meeting opportunity, I suppose. And they've been in the situation before, right? So, I mean, they know what to do. They don't fucking panic. A lot of teams will fucking panic. A Jalen Daniels potentially in a playoff situation, a Super Bowl situation, would panic. And this segue into it, and really my final point on the Chiefs Bills. Why is it that the Bills are 4-0 against the Chiefs in the regular season? Postseason, the Chiefs are 3-0 against the Bills. What happens? It's because in the postseason, all the greats, and I'm talking Mahomes, Reed, Kelsey, all the Spagnuolo, all the greats dialed it up a notch in the playoffs. And that's what puts them over the top in comparison to the Bills. Now, keep in mind, the Bills, right? It's not that they don't try to dial it up a notch. But if you go back to the regular season, they beat them 4 times in the regular season, or they just beat them like even this year. They did. Every time the Bills, and almost every time any team plays the Chiefs, since 2018, when Mahomes came on board and started lighting it up, any team that plays the Chiefs, it's their fucking Super Bowl. They play it like a playoff game. They'll amp up their intensity and their schemes almost as if it were a playoff game because they want to beat the fucking Chiefs so bad. It's a statement game. It's a statement win for any coach on a losing or winning team, to beat the Chiefs, right? To show they're on the right path because the Chiefs are the defending champions for 2 straight fucking years. Go 15-2 this year with one of those 2 being a gimme. So point is that when other teams are coming at the Chiefs, like it's their playoff or a Super Bowl game for them, the Chiefs aren't coming at them like that. It's just another fucking game in the regular season for the Chiefs. So they're not dialing up a notch. Hence, Buffalo beats the Chiefs. People watch Buffalo beat the Chiefs in the regular season and are like, wow, Bills are better. But are they, though? Because the Bills were playing playoff level intensity football to beat them. And the Chiefs were still playing regular season shit because the Bills ain't nobody to them. They don't give a fuck. They're the defending champions. So then you get in the playoffs. Chiefs have already seen the best the Bills got to offer. The Bills just haven't seen the best the Chiefs got to offer. And so the Chiefs come in. They don't fucking panic in those situations ever. And so if it's close, they can still pull it out. But they definitely edibles are starting to kick in. God damn it. Losing trains of thought here. Always fucking happens. So yeah, but that's what it is. the intensity level for the Chiefs in comparison to the Bills, right, just isn't as high. It just isn't. It's not the first time this has happened to the Bills, all you Buffalo fans. I mean, come on, it isn't. Who is your oh God, I can't remember the fucking quarterback. Great dude though. But yeah, 4 straight times Super Bowl, 4 straight losses. Anyway, great teams, just unfortunately couldn't make it happen. Is Josh Allen our new Phillip Rivers? I don't think so, because Phillip Rivers didn't even really ever get that far on a consistent basis. Jim Kelly, thank you. Yes, Jim Kelly, that was the quarterback for the Bills, 4 straight losses. No, I don't think Josh Allen is the new Phillip Rivers. I really don't. I think analogous to Phillip Rivers would be fucking Justin Herbert, coincidentally with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think he, a lot of talent. I think he will be getting to the playoffs at some point in time with Harbaugh running the ship. Quite frankly, I think they will. I think they'll do something there. Hard to say if they ever get past the Chiefs, ever get any farther than that. I think they're probably destined to always lose the Chiefs in the playoffs if they have to meet them. Who knows? But shit happens. Things change. I mean, who knows how long the Chiefs can even keep this up? You know what I mean? Like, it's already been, we're going on, 7 years. I mean, I love watching it, enjoying every minute of it, because I watched the Chiefs struggle, in the 70s and shit, the 90s. Oh, fuck. The Schottenheimer days, God bless him. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm not predicting nothing. I'm not always, a hot take or can, want to take that hot take, opinion per se either. So, I do want to say something about fucking, I want to put it on the record. Jackson will never win a fucking Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson, he may get 20 more MVPs. I don't fucking know, but he ain't never gonna win a Super Bowl. He's all about stats, man. I don't give a fuck. I just think that's just his type of play. He's a gifted athlete, probably one of the most gifted athletes the NFL's ever fucking seen, right? So he can light it up with the stats and all that shit, but it takes more than stats and a big arm or whatever to be able to pull it off. And he just, this is his 7th year, dude. 7th year. The pressure ain't going to get any easier for this fucking kid. And he's not even necessarily a kid. He's still a young dude, but I mean, shit creeps up fast. So, I mean, every year that goes by is a window that's closing. So, I mean, yeah, keep stacking up those MVPs, but I think Jackson's issue, for whatever reason, honestly, I think his issue is that his athletic ability, as great as it is, as we all know, which leads to those incredible stats. I was just reading them today, the rushing and the fucking touchdowns and the passing. I mean, just really fantastic. Interception ratio. I mean, fucking fantastic, right? However, he gets into the playoffs, and this isn't just this year. This is every year. He gets into the playoffs, and his athletic ability, going back to even the conversation about Buffalo and Chiefs playoff mentality versus regular season mentality and intensity, right? And schemes even. He goes out there and he balls out in the regular season, gets all these numbers. Good for him, right? He's he's almost, I wouldn't say a man among boys, but sometimes he looks like it, even in an NFL game in the regular season. But you've already weeded out all the trash come playoff time. So playoff time, you got the cream of the crop, the cream of the crop, and he doesn't look as good. Why is that? Things change, intensity changes. Any of those pundits that you hear talking on YouTube or wherever the fuck, TV or whatever, and they're past players, right? Ex-players will always say that in the playoffs, it's like from preseason to the regular season, the difference in intensity and in speed, and it picks up. And when you get to the playoffs, and everybody has picked up their game, the intensity, the speed, the schemes that the coaches are using, and everybody has picked up that, right, to the next level in the playoffs. Well, now all of a sudden he's not a man among boys. He's everybody's playing at his same, not at his same level, but at a more intense level than he is, because he's functioning purely off athletic ability. That's what makes him so incredible. But in the playoffs, the game speeds up too much. I just don't think the kid can fucking keep up with the speed of the game in the playoffs. I think it eludes him. And when it does, he thinks every year he's ready, and he's not. And it gets out there, and it's still too fast, and he starts making mistakes, and he starts panicking. He lacks the mental part of the game to be able to get over the fucking hump. His athleticism will carry him to stats galore and MVPs, and he's definitely, most assuredly, going into the Hall of Fame. But he will never win a fucking Super Bowl because he can't make it through the fucking playoffs. You know, he just fucking can't. Why? Because the game's too fast for him. He can't keep up with it. He can't make the changes, the reads, all that shit. You know, it's not. I mean, you know, some people are gifted with that, with the ability to do that, and some people are not. You know, he's just not. So, at least not in my opinion. Would he be winning Super Bowls if this what? What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying there. So whoever typed that out, you'll have to do that again, because I have no idea what you're saying. Would be winning Super Bowl if this looks like he got sidetracked. Yeah, no, I just don't think he's going to win. I think the speed of the game is too fast for him. There was a fucking running back a number of years ago. He played for a long time. I wish I could remember his fucking name. But he played for Gore. I always wondered why Gore. He was amazing, right? He was a quote, not maybe a superstar, but a star in the league, right? Stats. He may end up in the Hall of Fame just because of stats and everything. Played for a long time. I always wondered why that guy never did endorsements and shit. You know, like, why not? Most players at that level do. And then I heard him give an interview one time, and then I realized why he never does interviews either. I mean, I don't know if he's got a learning disability or something, but there's a reason why ain't nobody asked him to fucking say a paragraph into a camera. There's just not. I'm not saying, and definitely in comparison, I wouldn't say that Jackson sounds like Gore in those situations, but I don't see Jackson out here getting a fuck ton of, you know, I guess if I'm ever going to have a hot take, this would be it. I don't see Jackson out there getting a bunch of fucking sponsorships and all this shit, given as big a superstar as he is in the NFL. Where's all his, you know, like, where's his money at? Where's his sponsorship money? Maybe he does local shit, but I think in large part because, you know, it's not his forte. It's not his forte. Or it could be the fact that he's got his mommy as his fucking agent and she don't know what the fuck she's doing other than getting him the big money, you know, there, but doesn't have the connections to do the other shit. I don't know. I mean, I'm just some dumbass sitting in an apartment somewhere, you know, so, you know, maybe I could be completely fucking wrong. But anyway, yeah, that's about as far down that rabbit hole as I want to fucking go. And yeah, also the elbows are starting to kick in, quite honestly. So, thanks for the questions, the comments, Toasted Strudel. I appreciate that shit. Very on point. Good looking out. Thank you. Great to answer your questions. So, yeah, I guess we're going to have to say peace out for now. Take care.